Alaykum. I'm NASRA. My pronouns are they, them. And welcome to my medicine bag, baby. Come on, let's unpack. I've got the sun with me today. I've got a lot of green. There's like a little bit of a dip, a little valley, a little walking trail. There's a little pond over there. I just saw a moth that I've like never seen before. It was like a white moth, but the body was significant. Like the body, you know how moths, they're like 98% wing when you see them? This bitch was like swoop, and then head. Like I could tell her body like ended on a point. I think there were some stripes. Like I could see detail enough. There was enough body that I could see detail. And she hovered. I wonder if she'll come back. I thought I just saw her right there, but she hovered. I was feeling away. We might see how that way fits into what Spirit has for our collective today. I'm gonna open sacred space first and get into it, honey bunnies. Spirit, friends, and family of the Most High, my friends and my family of the Most High. Please allow me to be a clear, concise, and compassionate channel for all who is deemed necessary. See this message. Messages are timeless. If not everything resonates, that's because it's for a lot of people. So if you want a personal reading, link is in the description, baby. And take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because life is too short. Ashe. We're using oracle decks today because, like I said, nature is speaking. The animals are speaking. If you got pets, familiars, animal friends and family, please really ask them what's going on with them this week. Ask them what they feel. Ask them who they need more of around them, what they need more of around them. You know, a little check-in about if they're liking their food, if they have any specific adventures they want to go on this summer. They might got plans too, you know. And there's something about that, building a relationship to your intuition through the connections that you're already really reliant on, using the relationships where there she is. Oh my God, I wish I could show you. Oh my God, there she is. Can you see her? Is she gonna come in frame? There she is. Don't fucking play with me and my insects and my motherfucking arachnids and my animal kingdom. That was beautiful. She's literally right in front of us. Ashe. Fairy. Thanks, girl. Oh my God, there's two. Fuck me. There's two. I was like, she went really fast. Like, got it. There's even more surprising insight that you might get. You might even you start connecting with your animal pet, or you're, you know, the one who lives in your house, you're familiar, and then all of a sudden the dogs on the block are really connected to you. Random animals are coming up to you. Different, like I'm feeling like a multiplication. You might get even more than you're asking for. There is that energy with Cancer, the Cancer new moon. This is also why I decided to come out here and transmute some of the energy I was experiencing by connecting with y'all and tapping into like a wider energy. Because sometimes, you know, when you're getting into this one, the blinders come on and it's hard to get out. So I like to there's a message there. I like to remember that I'm like an introverted extrovert, that I also do need the people to give me energy. I do need to outsource some of that external. And that's okay. I'm hearing that, okay, Spirit, relax. I haven't done a general in a minute, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot, like, more people watching this one than are in my usual. But there's, yeah, it's like communication coming from places you didn't expect. Needing external, add word here, validation, external activation. It's completely natural. And you might be also moving into a place where you need it a little bit more than normal. And there might be some hesitancy. There might be some, like, am I gonna deplete myself? Is this gonna go wrong? Da da da. Trust me, I just heard, if it's gonna go wrong, it's gonna go wrong, and then you're gonna make it go right. That's what happened today. It went wrong, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna make it right. I'm gonna turn right. You know what I mean? And so there's a kind of emphasis on, there is no necessarily wrong, or, you know what I mean? It just is. And you can decide after what it's gonna be, after you learn about what it is. No matter what it is, you get to decide what it's gonna be. And there's something about the emotionality of this week. There is the new moon. There's also something, the Bibbolt's basket, something. There's some wild cosmo energy going on right now. I'm not really tapped into the astrology of things like that, kind of on purpose right now. I'm in a big place of, like, I don't actually need to know why. I'm gonna just let it happen. I'm gonna see what it is. And you might be in that, this collective might be in that, where it's like, I actually don't have the external, hi auntie, yeah, she's so beautiful. I actually don't have the external energy. I might be needing external energy, so I don't have the energy to, like, what am I trying to say? She really distracted me. Did y'all see that? Yeah, managing what we've got in our vessel, the world and the universe of our bodies as it is, might just be enough. It's, again, this energy of, it's okay if you need to outsource some more. That might mean going to the cosmos and being like, what exactly are you telling me? I need more information. And some of it might be, I need less information. And no matter what coping looks like for you right now, you're doing the right thing. I like to know just enough right now. Just enough for context so that I can place myself and not feel, again, super in my ego about, oh, this is my problem, what's going on, da da da. And it's like, you're a vessel connected to wider things are moving, you're gonna move too. It's okay. There's the Cancer being like mother body, mother ocean body. Yamunja is coming up. You know, it's like something drops in the water over there, you catch the waves, even when you're all the way on the other side. We are but one. So take it easy. I was also asked to use the Nature Oracle deck today, and then we've also got the Amenti Oracle, Living with the Feather Hearts. I'm hearing, like, listening to the heart of the earth and listening to the heart in your body. The earth has a rhythm. I took my shoes off immediately when I got here and my socks, put some mosquito spray on there because I was like, bitch, I am one with you, but you will not cause me pain and discomfort. You know, there's still boundaries. Gorgeous. And then living with a feather heart. This is also why I have this tattoo. Ma'at, Kemet, Ancient Egyptian energy might be coming up for you. Definitely Osiris. My people are named after him, Oromo. Osiris, Isis, the polarities, your masculine, feminine, what's it called? Negative, positive polarities. The energy of you that calls in, the energy of you that puts out. Your sexual energy, your kundalini, your creative energy, all of that I'm hearing being one thing. A reminder. I'm seeing the Justice card in my mind's eye. The Hierophant might be relevant. Watermelon, lemon, and cicadas. The songbirds of the summer, but they're bugs. We picked up cicada. Voice. Voce. Learning different languages. Thinking in, I'm hearing thinking, dreaming in different languages. If you were being called to also like read audiobooks, because that's reading, relax. Although I love a thick paper book, honey, I love. It's part of the reason why I love cards so much. The tangible. If you're, if you're being called to a specific language, there's a reason for that. I'm also seeing the Akashic records, all of the information, the skill set, I'm feeling like textures again. Very like there's some royal bloodlines coming up here. Some really ancient Mesopotamian kind of old knowledge, old books. I'm seeing stored information. There's a portal that is this basket, basket, this bee basket has a lot to do with a new dimension unfolding. Shoulders down, unclench your jaw, relax your butt cheeks, your stomach. There's a necessity to be in as peaceful, calm states as possible. Even if you can't prolong this, having short amounts of time, even 3 minutes, a minute, I'm seeing like 3 to 5 minutes minimum of quiet. Cicadas. So you can hear the information that is being awoken in you through your I'm hearing your cellular makeup. There's activations, and by activations I mean the energy that we are getting from the cosmos, this is all physics, it's all tangible things. It's not if woo-woo to you means there aren't numbers, there are numbers for this. There are calculations for this. The Schumann resonance is the Earth's heartbeat. You can look that up. When there's spikes, there's a lot of information out there. But the collective I'm talking to is Wimmy. Listening to the voice of the heart, having those specific moments that you intentionally like Big Daddy, like intentionally set and say, I'm gonna make time for you. I'm gonna make time for my voice to listen, because the only time she yells, like the cicada, they come out, what is it? I don't know, every something, 17 years or something, in a big way, when they do their mass thing. They come out and like, you can't hear nothing but. And there's something about that being kind of what this portal is, if you don't take the time to intentionally quiet the noise around you and listen to what's going on in here and ask yourself the questions that you might want to externalize, she might, and there's motorcycles, she might have to rev up in a way that will make you really, really, really fucking wish you listened when it could have been quieter, is what I'm hearing. Or you might need, and not into like scare anybody, but like I had some of the scariest shit happen to me when I didn't know. I thought I was slowing down, but I wasn't slowing down even to the extent that I actually needed to. And I got laid the fuck out. And I'm working with those disabilities to this day. So there's something about anchoring in, what do you think first? Not your ego. I'm really hearing the voice of my heart. I intend to hear the voice of my heart clearly. I listen to the voice of my heart immediately, regularly. You know what I mean? There's something about that regularity, like really injecting specific time to get that intuition, because there might be a lot of anxiety with some of this energy coming in. Depending on where you put your focus, it can be really easy to, I'm hearing, reject and like resist a lot of the changes that are coming with this new frequency that the earth is rocking on, scientifically speaking. And you as a ball of electrons, electricity. I'm hearing water as electricity, ice holding knowledge, like these natural, very natural elemental beings, and the wisdom that they hold, the animals, the insects, that the wisdom that they hold, the fact that cicada came out, we was just talking about, like listening to the bugs, like whatever fear, whatever disgust, whatever apprehension, all of that is not to be judged. I'm seeing for black folk, you know what I mean, connecting to the earth and da-da-da. This is who we are. But there's a lot that has separated us indigenously from, or not, separated our indigeneity from us and from our generalized identity of who we are. But more and more, the earth is calling you and like kind of pulling you through gravity and all of that to get close to her and to listen and to feel her, so that you know, like, I'm hearing like how you feel. Because there's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers like feeling a lot and not being allowed to escape those feelings, but like, now what the fuck do I do? I just finished watching The Bear, season 5, and I fucking love that show. But like my favorite thing that's been happening is seeing the conversations around emotional and like self-development that are happening, and stress management, and like interpersonal relationships, how that affects the this and that. Like, it's been really, really dope to see that conversation happen with individuals who obviously have such a family bond in the show. It's written in, but also work through one of the most dangerous and difficult professions, and like feeding people, you know. And it's a part of this message around like re-indigenizing yourself, even if that means just like starting to pay attention to the things that you're like not low-key willing to do, and that you might need, I'm seeing like homies to do it with. I'm hearing there's no shame in being lonely. A lot of things are designed right now to keep you that way, but that's not who we are. And human connection, animal being, living being connection intentionally is more important now than ever. And the dog's gonna tell you. Thank you. Confirmation. love you, water. Thank you. I know it's in plastic. Talking to your water. I don't know if y'all do that. I was singing in the shower the other day. I do that often. Picking an element, connecting to it intentionally, listening to your heart voice, speaking up. Your details matter. The things you need to make you feel comfortable, down, connected in a situation matter. That's what I learned today. I could have spoken up about a few more things, and I think I would have gotten a grasp on the situation a lot earlier and wouldn't have been felt like I was like left, having to figure things out. I'm learning, we're learning. But it really is like, oh, actually, no, I'm really hearing, I deserve that information. I actually require that information. Fuck deserve. I require it. I need to know what's happening at this time when we go in da-da-da. I need to make sure this thing is set in place. I actually, like, if you can't choose that, I need to choose it. If, like, and if I have to choose it, I don't want to go. Like, kind of fine-tuning, allowing the back and forth. There might be also, like, contracts coming in. This like, makes me a little cringy. Like, negotiating, you know? But contracts coming in, things, success, showing up in certain instances that you are really excited for, that you work for, but now it's like, okay, there's some grunt work. Knowing that you did all the work of, like, manifesting the big old thing, please celebrate the fact that you can do that by making the details count. And by again, it might mean taking some more time, taking that intentional time. Again, this is the voice we're rocking on. Instead of taking a lot of different people's opinions, you know, maybe you need an attorney to look over things, and maybe you need to ask somebody because you can't pay for it, or because this or that, and maybe this needs to be paid for if you're gonna sign this. Like, it's the little, though I'm trying to reframe them for myself as like little high fives that, like, yes, we're gonna make this work for you. Yes, this is another part of the manifestation. This is another part. This is not, like, all of those, that entire email thread matters. That conversation matters. Those questions, they're all little wins that tell your nervous system and your universe, your personal reality, that this, my attention and intention is going into these connections. Vroom, vroom. Things are moving fast. I might not, also I'm hearing, need to, like, dwell too much, they're saying, on what the answer is. Like, using this kind of flowing momentum, trusting that I'll keep up, and that if anything, like, it can always slow down. And anybody that's not willing to slow down with me isn't actually hearing me. And do I want them to be a part of the rest of my energy? If you can't even respect me when I'm talking to you, why would I give you more of my time, space, creativity, ideas, work, da-da-da, right? And what we got? Amenti says, I relate in peace. You can't make this up. I converse with awareness. Book a personal reading. Book a personal reading, baby. I relate in peace and I converse with awareness. Let's look at the pictures. Oh, I didn't even see this. Come on. I can't make this up. I actually wish I could. Look at this. Who's that in her ear? It's a little birdie. It's a little birdie. You see that? And the truth coming out. Little birdie told me is what that's giving. A little birdie told me I converse with awareness. There's blue eyeshadow. Her hair is blue. Her hands are blue. Throat chakra. A crown that's connected to the throat. Eyes that are connected. Fingertips. These are some of the most sensitive, like most receptive parts of us to information, using all of them. And then there's green and pink that's coming out of the mouth. Green and pink are the heart chakra. What did I say when I said it? Those are gonna be the most efficient channels for you to go through to move through anything that might be freaking you the fuck out, especially within the next 2 to 6 weeks. I don't always give, it's like from whenever you're watching this or from when this is posted, who knows. And then I relate in peace. We've got all these glyphs. All these glyphs. Miss Hathor on my chest. You see that? The circle of beings that we're connected to, that we come from. Again, this energy that your identity, your oldest information about who you are and who you have been in this universe is coming online now. What you do and how you relate to the idea that you might be bigger than you can imagine that you are, not just because of what you're connected to, but that you are everything. It might get freaky for you, and that might be uncomfortable. And also I'm hearing it might be very comfortable. I'm also talking to a collective that is very used to death and rebirth cycles, that has had to go into knowledge that was forbidden for them to receive a sense of security, stability, self-awareness, self-love, in order to hold on to some of that. They've had to find information, use different senses that oftentimes have been systemically genocided, abused, extorted. Fuck off. I just turned the thing out. You saw me, I was just flippity dippity. What do we got? I honor animals with reverence. And you see how Bastet you see how Cat Goddess is like bigger or as big? Birdie, Snakey, my dudes, all my dudes. Animals. It's like I'm also seeing the animal within. Sissa. Angel, animal, animal, angel, angel, animal, animal, angel. What if I had some of both? Honk, 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 honk. Confirmation. You see how the confirmations are just coming? And not just that they're coming, but this is what it is. This is what it is to allow everything to be talking to you. But to stay with your own voice, to stay with your own thought, your own opinion, your own perspective, your own values, while you're still allowing yourself to be permeable, to be affected. I'm hearing afflicted. Been afflicted, feel like J-Lo. Sweet no, love ya. Different songs, but there's an acceptance of the neurodivergence, and not just autism and ADHD, but like all the spectrum of neurodivergence, schizophrenia, bipolar, all of it is necessary. We are a world of minds, and I'm seeing like there's actually a lot more of us, especially if you think about in relation to like context of race representation, LGBTQ plus representation in media, or as an example, we know that there's hella more trans motherfuckers out here than the movies are gonna show us. We know that there's a lot more XYZ than popular culture as set by white male cishet billionaires and all their little bitches, anybody that follows suit in reverence of them, that so much of the world doesn't fit in whatever the fuck that scary, horrendous wet dream of a world. What dream for them? Nightmare for me. We know this. So it's giving like, and it's time to act like the people outweigh the motherfucking 5 niggas that are doing this to us. There's a personal power. There's an awakening of, in this usher, hey, seagull, they be turning trash into food. The people, there it is. I'm seeing like the streets of a lot of different places right now, but Venezuela is what's coming up. Palestine, Sudan, Congo, this I'm seeing like a littering of bodies, and I use the word littering specifically because of how these people have been treated, the tossing away the nature of which their lives, whole worlds, whole universes of people, burnt, sacrificed, tortured, but especially belittled. Because sacrificial still gives a reverence. There's this idea of reverence, or that there's something holy about it. But it's like these worlds, these people, the way that their worth value was projected onto them. It's like, what is gaslighting on a quadrillion? You treat people like they're nothing when they're pockets of everything. But that's what you would have to do to make people think with as much power as they have. I'm really seeing niggas right now. I'm really seeing trans and gender non-conforming people. I'm really seeing bitches like the magnitude and the length of time that these atrocities have been. We are at a turning point. That is requiring us to use the voice to relate in peace, to converse with awareness, honoring the animals with reverence. We are the animal. To honor the earth body beings that we are. To know that this is a self-inflicted pattern, equation that we are just running, program that we are running. It ends today though. It ends this week for a lot of you. Pieces of that being, that one that had been for a very long time, and I'm seeing like far back in the lineage, where the sacrifice for, I'm hearing, what's just gonna get us through, is gone. It's like, imagine that computer, imagine it's wiped. That program that was installed is wiped. I'm seeing in your meditations, whatever that might be. It could be walking, it could be, but I'm really seeing something about silence. No music, like an activation, a practice of turning on the music of the things around you intentionally, so that when you're being stimulated externally by things that feel like they're out of your control, you have a practice internally that says, I know how to be stimulated. I also know how to control the volume, to focus in on one or the other. I'm just gonna listen to the cars in the background. Before your body bitch slaps you lovingly to a place where you don't have a choice. There are days where I don't have arms to move. I don't have the the strength to listen to music. Sometimes the taste of food is too loud. And I'm a Taurus moon, bitch. I eats. The grief that happens when you find stillness, that finally has a way to catch up with you. There's no way that you can relate in peace if inside it's a fucking war zone. It's not to say that everything is gonna be, once I find this, I'm gonna block this person, I'm gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. Like, there's a time and space for everything. But even within the next 3 days, 2 weeks, if when shit starts to really rock, you say, I'm entering a new program where I can handle whatever the fuck is coming, because I choose what is. Once I learn, once I see, once I hear, once I feel, I'll find the next, I'm hearing, step, the next option. And I'll find it because I'll just make a step. I'll just choose. And I'll decide from there. But it's two sides of the coin. I can take my time choosing. And what is it? Again, I always, God bless his soul. And there's another one. Sir Chadwick Boseman. I think this is the third time I mentioned this quote. I'm going to take my time, but I'm not going to waste my time. Your animal body is waking the fuck up. And that does not mean just those primal out of control chaos, whatever, that is associated with animals, this wild That's a part of it. But these niggas are listening. Cats are astral traveling when they're napping. That's work. They're working. But to you, you just see rest. Or you don't even see rest. You might see laziness. They're asking you to identify where your first thought to yourself is, oh, you're just being lazy. Can you ask yourself a few more questions after that? And to the folks that have already know that that's something that they're not doing with themselves, I'm really hearing, how can you luxuriate in those restful times? I'm really hearing luxuriate. And that doesn't mean you have to add anything to it. It just means like, this is good, isn't it? Nobody's asking me for nothing. Nobody's telling me what to do. Your authority, there's space for it in your body. Make a decision, man. Just choose. You'll be good. Because you say so. But you have to say so. Woo! I like that energy. There's a rabbit who's been there, honestly, since the beginning. I thought he would be gone, but I'm trustful in my relationships. I act respectfully of others. We need each other. Bad. Bad. So know that you're the best for others when you're building a relationship intentionally to the little niggas inside you, because there's more than one. You've got a lot. You've got you got facets, honey. You got facets. I can feel them from here, and I like them. The animals were saying there's a new dimension opening. I can be trusted. Big on trust. I can be trusted because I say what I mean, and I mean what I say, and I do that because I listen to myself. Because I say, hold on. Just give me a second. I gotta check in with the boss. And you can ask your ego to step aside. Ashe, from vroom. Because he be loud. I affirm that all life is sacred. There's always something to learn from. The ego can move to the side, and we can let some other motherfuckers take the reins, because we're not surviving so much. We're not protecting so much. We're actually safe. We're good. We decide that we are, at least in this moment, in this reality. Somebody's got to say it. If we're out here being like ratata, fuck this, fuck that, okay, how are we creating safety just in this general area? Ashe Sequel. Making something out of nothing in this general area. Okay? We talking about act local. This is local. This universe is local. So that you understand what acting local when it starts to involve other people. I'm hearing projects, collaborations. You want to be trusted. But do you even trust you? Oh. And Spirit said, I need to remind us, I listen to opposing opinions. That's why it's important to put the ego to the side, even when you're listening to yourself. Because you want to make room for, again, like we said, some of that external support. I can't think too much about this. I need to outsource some of this intuition. And that means also that I need to choose people that respect their own intuition, can make choices for themselves, about themselves, so that they can offer you insight that really is specific to you, and it's not just them projecting whatever. You get me? I'm still learning how to do that. It's a whole thing. I think that's it. There's a lot of juice in there. Again, book a personal reading if you want to get some specific insight. If you want me to be a part of that outsourcing of the intuition, I am somebody that listens. But if not, I'll see you soon. Drink your water. Sacred space is closed.